The state slogan used to be New Jersey and you, perfect together. We're going to have to change it to New Jersey and you, ignorant together.
Plenty of noise today from those otherwise quiet librarians during a State House protest against deep budget cuts. From library sacks to the Capitol, hundreds of bookish librarians and their supporters descended on the State House today to voice their opposition to Governor Christie's proposal to cut their state aid by almost 75%. They called on the governor and lawmakers to restore at least part of the $10 million they stand to lose in state funding.
Libraries are not the problem. They are part of the solution.
Librarians by the hundreds put aside their normally quiet ways to raise a racket in the plaza of the State House Annex this afternoon.
And how much do you love your library?
Drawing attention to a plight they say will ultimately affect patrons who pay some 60 million visits a year to libraries around the state.
Cicero said to add a library to a house is to give that house a soul. In New Jersey, we are in danger of losing our soul.
The cuts these librarians are protesting would take state aid back to the level it was at in 1970, or 40 years ago.
40 years ago, we were just books. Now we are the internet. We have videos. We have more programming. We have all kinds of opportunities. We have computer training classes. So to take a program that has expanded its depth of services and take it back to a level of funding 40 years ago virtually stops it in its tracks.
Dropping from $13 million to just over $3 million, spread over the more than 400 libraries in New Jersey, comes to just thousands of dollars per library. But the librarians here say the aid's larger purpose is to underwrite otherwise unaffordable services like shared databases and interlibrary loans. Many of those who spoke today made their appeals directly to the governor.
Libraries to me mean liberty. Liberty of the mind, liberty to dream. If we don't have libraries to dream in, we don't have a future. Governor Christie, understand this, please. Don't rob our kids of their dreams.
The librarians collected some 60,000 petitions statewide that they're delivering to lawmakers. Meanwhile, the proposed budget cuts come at a time when libraries are busier than ever, in large part because of a great recession that's put so many New Jerseyans, about 10% unemployment at last count, out of work. Jerry Henry drops in on one community's public library.
In Hamilton Township, Mercer County, the public library is said to be the busiest building in town. The director says it got some 400,000 visits last year, nearly 80% to use the internet to craft resumes and apply for jobs online. Others were business owners and students to use the database, so much so the service capacity had to be doubled. George Conwell is director here.
We had to double the transmission speed from 1.5 kbs to 3.0, and that will take place later this week, and it is not coming too soon because libraries are counter-cyclical. When the economy is down, the use goes way up. The computers last year ran 137 people per day, and right now it's running over 152 a day.
However, like the rest of the state's public libraries, this one will likely face a near 50% cut in state aid, which means critical internet services and databases like this are all in jeopardy, as is the interlibrary loan program that allows them to share books that they would otherwise have to purchase. The proposed cut to the entire system is $10.4 million.
Our interlibrary loan programs, our delivery programs among libraries, our purchasing of collective shared databases, things like that impact every type of library, from school libraries to college libraries to public libraries. So about 2,000 libraries statewide will definitely be affected, in all types of libraries.
What's more, the New Jersey Library Association says the public library is the only source for free internet service in nearly 80% of New Jersey communities. This woman, who works with at-risk youth, comes here to give them some computer exposure.
We bring them to the library to allow them to use the resources and to use the internet in a public setting under proper supervision. They learn some fundamental skills on surfing the internet. So to have that removed would be a great disadvantage to our life skills program.
At least one branch in Edison is slated for closure. Though most will be able to keep their doors open, officials say almost all are considering adjusting hours and cutting services.
If there are those kinds of cuts, I don't know how you could, it's impossible to maintain this level of service. And as I say, the libraries are counter-cyclical. The economy is down, the use here goes way up.
Jerry Henry, NJN News, Hamilton Township, Mercer County.